All right, so Jen, sometimes a Super Bowl commercial is more than just a commercial.
It's more than just a commercial.
What does that mean?
Yeah, what do you mean by that, Rick?
Well, so what that means is you get the long tail effect. You get mentioned on TV shows. You get mentioned in YouTube mashups. You get social media lifts. You get talk at the water cooler. You get all these extra benefits because people are watching the Super Bowl.
Yes, you've got huge amounts of visibility during the Super Bowl.
Yeah, so like something like 87% of the people watch the ads for the entertainment value. So they're watching it to talk about it.
Well, yeah, I like it when the little dogs come out.
Yeah, everybody wants to like, that was the best one, that was the best one. There's polls, there's betting pools, there's all these things around in parties about Super Bowl commercials, not who's going to win the game. So it's a bigger thing than just a Super Bowl commercial. It's a lot. And when you're planning your videos, you need to do more than that.
You need to do more than what?
You need to do more than just shoot something it's not a one and done.
Right. There's planning in the whole video process.
Right, and there's the evergreenness and the long tail.
Right.
So when you create that, you've got to be thinking about that in advance.
Yes, but we talked about those in another video, but why don't you just briefly explain what evergreen and long tail mean?
All right, so here's what an example I use. When your grandmother turns 85, everybody's got their phone out or their camera out and they shoot it, right? And it goes to the phone and it stays there. It doesn't go anywhere else usually. You might share it with a couple of people. You may or may not put it on Facebook or Instagram or something, but by and large, it's really gonna kind of sit there and not do a whole lot. That video has no long tail effect, no evergreenness, no anything to it.
Right.
When you shoot something like for a chiropractor talking about chiropractic care
for sciatic pain.
for sciatic pain, these are big words for me. What you get is you can do that in an evergreen way. It's not the specific treatment, but it's that chiropractic care can help that. And here are the 3 ways it can help it, or whatever those are. And that's what's evergreen.
Right, because it's not going to change.
Right, it works today, it works 3 years from now, it works 5 years from now. I can't imagine that the generalness of that kind of a video has changed in the last 10 years. Different chiropractors may use different methods, but the symptoms and the treatment hasn't really changed a whole lot.
Right.
So evergreen means it continues on. But Super Bowl spots are created for that moment. They have a shelf life because they continue on by being mentioned and saying Super Bowl, right? Mm-hmm. So like I say, I've done 50 Super Bowl commercials when I meet people. So what have you done? I've done 50 Super Bowl commercials. Instantly they go, oh, because that's puts you up here than the other guy who says, well, I shot a couple of real estate videos. I got a drone.
That's very different.
That has happened to us recently. This guy's bragging about all the video he's done, and somebody else asked him, so what kind of stuff have you done? Oh, I've shot these high-end real estate things, and it's great. You know, then we got to, Rick, what have you done? I said, I've done over 50 Super Bowl ads. Oh, well, that's, you know, and then if I mentioned a nominee for an Emmy, then it's all of a sudden, you know, these are the things that are differentiators and that have a legacy that hold with you that you can say you've done that. So Super Bowl ads can do that.
Right.
You know, that's why they're more than just a commercial. They give you talking points, they give you a little cachet.
Right, because you've done many other commercials that were not Super Bowl commercials, but those are like, you might mention them, but really it's the Super Bowl commercials. That's the thing. It's like being an Amazon bestseller or New York Times bestselling author.
Right.
You know, then you can say, I'm the New York Times bestselling author.
Right. We all have these things that are the bragging rights, if you will. So saying you've created a Super Bowl commercial is one thing, and the production company gets to say it, the agency gets to say it when they go to Cannes, they get to say it, the Lion Award gets to say it. You know, these are the things that are all boosting for various reasons. Mm-hmm. So to do Super Bowl ads is a notch, if you will, in your resume, but at the end of the day, they're just another commercial. I mean, one of the best commercials that I ever did had nothing to do with the Super Bowl. It was for Japanese movie theaters. It was a Coke thing we did. And that was just an amazing shoot. It was like doing the best feature film you could ever think. We shot for like 2 weeks, and I mean, it was a 60-second spot. It was at night, it was raining, it was amazing. But it was for the big screen for Japanese movie theaters. You know, another one I did was, we literally finished shooting on a Friday night. They hired a plane to take the film to New York for the editor, and it aired the first spot on the Oscars on Sunday night.
Wow.
It got turned around that fast, but they decided last month they want to do it, so we shot this thing, and it was a great spot. But that whole shooting, it was like 3 days of shooting, was pressure, because the whole industry watches the Oscars, and all the people that shoot the Super Bowl spots have won Oscars. I mean, a lot of people who do commercials have won Oscars or been nominated. That's the caliber of people that do all the national spots in general. So everybody's watching, because everybody's watching your work. And so it's always about, I gotta make this better.
Right.
So, commercials are sometimes more than just a commercial. They're the talking points after the commercial for not necessarily the brand, but for all the people that create them.
True. And so how do we relate that to, a business that's not a big brand agency buying, Super Bowl time?
Well, you're not buying Super Bowl, but you need to think about, what is your commercial about? What's the purpose of it? Why are you trying to do that? The crew on a business commercial usually isn't going to say, I did this thing for Rockwell and their shoes are really awesome, or Rockport and their shoes are really awesome. People don't care about that when you're in a party situation. But when Rockport has a great commercial for their shoes, they can use that in social media all over the place, and then people share it and get around, and that's a different kind of value that you get. But if that video is not any good or doesn't have a purpose or isn't engaging, people won't share it.
Right.
So it's knowing how to create. I hate the word viral videos, because people say, I want to create a viral video. So do I, every freaking day. I also want 10 times my money on every investment I have. Every day I put more money in, but there's no guarantee of any of that.
Right.
So, but there are things you can do for viral videos that will have a better chance. But even then, right audience, right time, right moment, right everything.
Right. It's all about the timing.
Yeah. So, commercials are commercials except when they're not, which is when you get to talk about them and discuss them and use them for other marketing purposes besides just the commercial. There's a different kind of shelf life.